In tonight's episode, we arrive at Finkton, and we have a good chat about the real meaning of the sword, the key, and the scroll. We unlock the volley gun and do some awesome shots from a great height. We find a quiet moment and have a good chat about who Elizabeth's real mum might be, and we discover the largest Monopoly set in the world. This is Bioshock Infinite Explained, Episode 12. Greetings and welcome back to Bioshock Infinite Explained. We're up to part 12 now, and we have just arrived at the new worker induction center at Fink Industries. This playthrough is all about explaining the plotline, so there will be spoilers from the start. Now this is indeed the area where the Fink's industrial dream starts to unravel. Well, let's just have a little look at what we have got here. Now, you don't have huge amounts. If we talk strategy for a minute here, rather than explaining, we don't have huge amounts of money in Bioshock. Unless you kind of cheat or use some kind of exploit. So you don't have the funds to upgrade everything in terms of your guns and all the vigors. So we have got to pick and choose a little bit. We're currently using the carbine as well, so let's boost the ones we're currently using before we boost the ones that we're not using yet. That seems like a sensible approach. Oh, thank you. Looking so angry and giving me money all at the same time. Now she is, as you will be aware from watching part 11, she is thoroughly grumpy because basically we tried to take her somewhere where we shouldn't have taken her, and she is hasn't quite forgiven us, but has accepted that we're probably her only way out of there. I don't trust Fitzroy to honour our deal. Rich poor, a Welcher's a Welcher. Well, his opinion of Fitzroy is going down and down. Your future is Finkton. This gold statue, of course, reminding me quite a lot of the statue in Bioshock 1 that very much kind of reached out and above us, made of gold, but a different political ideology, probably.
That would be your gunsmith. Who sent you to find this person?
Daisy Fitzroy.
She's either a great hero or the worst of scoundrels, depending on who's doing the telling.
She's good for an airship. I don't care if she's the Queen of Holland.
She might well be the Queen of Holland. Right. Haven't increased our selection there. The path of the Vox Populi. Let's have a little watch and then we'll discuss in a second. The power of propaganda during a war is always an interesting one. I remember during the Iraq War that Chemical Ali, or Comical Ali as he eventually ended up being known, used to kind of put these reports out to the Iraqi people that the Saddam was winning almost all the way through the war, up until the point that he was the whole kind of Iraqi military kind of collapsed. So it's amazing. That's obviously the guy we're heading for in terms of the guns, but it's amazing how people will propaganda the complete opposite to what is actually going on in terms of truth, as long as they think it will eventually benefit their cause. Shall we try and listen into a few of these conversations? I was expecting them to have a conversation, but apparently that was expecting too much.
We are not looking for any help. You hear that? No help.
How are we going to get into Finkton?
Illegally. Let's look for another way in.
Fink Industries is not recruiting at this time. Please come again.
Sorry, sir, but I was led to understand that there was work here. All my forms are in order.
Be that as it may, we are at quota.
But I spent all I had left on the jitney from Baxtontown, sir.
Well, we're taking all the Class C hirelings we intend to take on at present, okay?
What if I come back tomorrow?
As of now, you don't work for Mr. Fink, so you are free to run hither and yon.
Glad it's his turn. I've had enough of repeating myself to barely employable half-wits.
Oh no. He has just another hour left. get ready to put a smile back on that face and go greet the future of Fink Industries.
Bless her and keep her.
Lockpicks. Cross Elizabeth, posing up against the wall. Man purse! And a Vox phone. Jeremiah Fink.
The truth is, I don't have a lot of time for all that prophecy nonsense. I tell you, belief is just a commodity. Old Comstock, well, he does produce, but like any tradesman, he's obliged to barter his product for the earthly ores. You see, one does not raise a barn on song alone. No, sir. That's Fink timber, a Fink hammer, and Fink's hand to swing it. He needs me, lest he soil his own.
All of the Bioshock games have had kind of a sideman, a henchman to the
Something challenging.
main figure. Comstock's got Fink. Andrew Ryan had obviously the guy that eventually kind of turned against him. I have an infusion.
Catch, Mr. DeWitt.
Still looking so cross. And we shall stick on our shield. Now, whilst we're having a little search, I have been doing a bit of reading on some of the symbols on of Columbia. If you remember when we first... here's the volley gun. Let's give it a go, why not? How does it compare in terms of bullet holding? This fires 8. That fires 4, so we do get an extra shot out of this one. We've got to fire at that weird angle. Yeah, I've been doing some reading on some of the symbols. So do you remember when we first wake up after the entry baptism, we are very much surrounded by those figures of the founders of America, Washington and Franklin and Jefferson. And then as we start going down those stairs, we see the symbols of... Well, there's lockpicks everywhere. I hope I've got enough. I've got 13 left.
You want to take a look at this?
Leslie? Oh, there you are. We're surrounded by the symbols, which of course are the sword, the key, and the scroll. They appear, but in they appear in the stained glass windows. Oh dear!
Can't get ourselves killed in the bargain.
I wonder if we can kind of get everyone killed from the top here by being a little bit strategic. Let's talk about the shield and whatever in a minute.
Rejoice, for death has no sting.
We're going to try and use this guy to take out as much of the opposition as possible, and also use them to take him, which is actually going pretty well at the moment. Just going to try and not get ourselves shot in the process. Although let's give him a bit of a helping hand. There you go. Although our salts are getting a little low. Right, let's get out our murderous crows.
Need this?
Got it. Cool, is it?
He's gone.
Oh, our health is getting very, very, very low. Let's let the shield come back up. No, 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 no! Oh, well, that was embarrassing. That one didn't go very well at all. Some cheeky individual on forums has suggested that when Elizabeth actually revives us, what is she actually reviving?
Who's there?
What is she actually reviving us with? Because she gives us an injection, and the suggestion was made that perhaps she is ow. The suggestion was made that perhaps she is actually reviving us with some sort of Adam injection, which once again is stolen technology from the other Bioshock world of Rapture. Obviously, there is no evidence at all, as far as we know, to support that theory. But as so much other technology has been stolen or copied, I suppose is probably a better phrase, from other realities, then perhaps that one has as well. Anyway, so I think we are safe. Isn't that? Don't you find that so annoying that you always seem to die on the very last guy? Kind of thinking, if only I'd managed to get one more bullet off, or if only that guy hadn't got behind me, I actually would have saved the death. How much money did we lose? Not actually sure what we were on. I think we were on 200 and something, but we've picked up some dosh since then. Oh, and here we have a voxophone. Whose voxophone is this? Ah, it's Mr. Slate, the ex-Mr. Slate, I should probably.
I hold in my hand the private journal of Comstock's wife. It puts the lie to this miracle child nonsense. She loved the child not. It seems the sainted lady would have preferred to let the seed of the prophet just dry out on the bedsheets.
The gunsmith Chen Lin wanted for known connections to the outlaw Daisy Fitzroy.
Looks like our guy's drawn attention.
That's not good, is it?
So a few things to talk about here. Obviously, this is the guy we need for our weapons. He is currently under arrest for connections to Daisy Fitzroy, and we'll talk about why a little bit later on. And of course, we have just listened to health. Thank you. We have just listened to Mr. Slate telling us a little bit more about the relationship between Lady Comstock and Elizabeth, which was clearly not a good one at all, because they are not actually mother and daughter. Now, we do have spare lockpicks, and I would like some more money, so I am going to do this one. Now, some people have made the suggestion, or have been, or this a question that has been raised a lot is Lady Comstock in our reality Anna's mother in the other reality? Now, as far as I can tell, there doesn't really seem to be any conclusive evidence either way. Lady Comstock...
Found some money. Want it?
Of course I do. Lady Comstock, in one of her Vox phones, does talk about having a very, very, very shady past, and talks about possibly being an alcoholic, or maybe even being a stripper or working in prostitution. She isn't entirely clear. I think I've checked everywhere now except up there. So she's got a past. She isn't a lady, to use the title that she is later given. So it is possible, of course, that the kind of person that Booker DeWitt would end up with is the kind of person that, and I think that's where we came from, we don't need to unlock that one, is the kind of person that Lady Comstock once was. I mean, that's just a theory. But it would fit, wouldn't it? Especially as there is a kind of a big overlap between the two universes, even if it's not... What's in there? A lockpick. Even if it's not identical at points. Although one of the kind of interesting theories that I've also heard is that... So I'll be quiet while this guy's speaking.
It's Slate's locker. He must have worked here. This is my mother's diary. Why would Slate have it? My husband claims the child was created from whole cloth by divine will. I am a believer, but I am not a fool. His bastard shall not be raised under this roof. My mother. She had me locked in that tower.
Elizabeth.
I just want to get out of this city. Please.
Or Elizabeth, not in any way, shape or form having a good day. One of the opening phrases we hear at the very beginning of the game, I believe, is from the Lutesses, saying the subject will often invent memories to fill in the gaps of transfer between universe. Effectively, is the meaning of what is said. Some lovely visuals here as we go down in the lift.
My name is Jeremiah Fink.
Hello, Jeremiah.
I want to share with you my personal creed. What is
Keep hands and feet away from machinery. That's your creed.
creature on God's green earth? Why, it's the bee. Have you ever seen a bee on vacation? Have you ever seen a bee take a sick day? Well, my friends, the answer is no. So I say, be the bee. Be the bee.
Thanks, Jeremiah. Oh. It's a phone call. It's for you.
Hello?
Mr. DeWitt?
Yes.
Hold for Mr. Fink, please.
What's going on?
DeWitt, Fink here. Listen, my boy, we've had our eye on you, and I can tell you right now that you are our top candidate. Top! Now, my associate, Mr. Flambeau, will help you with anything you need.
What the hell was that?
I have no idea.
He seems oddly pleased to make your acquaintance.
Okay, we've got kind of 10 different conversations going on at once here. Let's finish one thought at a time.
Well, the man's got an ego.
That is a beautiful gold Monopoly statue. I want to play as that in my next game. So the opening line of the game talks about how the subject will fill in memories to try and make sense of what is going on around it. Now, it's entirely possible that that line has like a second meaning, which is actually that the player, meaning me, meaning you, will try and invent memories to fill in the gaps. I mean, a lot of what we've been talking about in these videos and what's going on forums is people trying to make things fit to make sense of the clues that we're given in the game. And it may well be that actually things aren't supposed to make sense and these links aren't supposed to be deliberate, but we as the subject are inventing memories to fill in the gaps, which I think was a really kind of interesting way of looking at it, that we are as much a subject in this game as perhaps the players are.
Specifically for the Fink worker.
Now, Mr. Fink is very happy to meet us, although Elizabeth might not be that pleased to meet him. Good pout. Very good pout. Shall we receive our gifts?
Welcome to Fink.
It's William Regal.
You'll find a variety of supplies here that should see you through your visit.
The hand cannon. Ooh, I do like me a bit of hand cannon.
Excuse me, miss, but Mr. Fink's interest is strictly in the gentleman.
But why?
So sorry, young miss, but any questions regarding the gentleman's application should be taken up with Mr. Fink directly.
Thank you for the stuff.
Does this strike you as good news?
I like the stuff.
Doesn't strike me as good news.
Now, why is Fink interested in us? In fact, me. He's the first person to be interested in me, not Elizabeth. I mean, the clue's kind of in what Jeremiah said earlier. He's not interested in any of this prophecy stuff, which is effectively her. He's interested in business and employees. And we are a very good potential employee for him, especially with the recent problems he's been having with his head of security. Let's just have a quick listen in on this auction going on here.
6 minutes and 5. 5 minutes 50. I could do 5 and 50.
5 and 50. I said 5 and 50. Anyone lower than 5 and 50? Toll Porter goes for the worker in the blue shirt.
So here we have an auction for jobs. These are the people they need, or the jobs that they need. But they're only kind of offering a certain amount of time, or they're only kind of offering to get the job done in a shorter amount of time.
14.
So these people are bidding to say either they'll do it in a low amount of time, meaning lower pay, or they'll only get paid for doing that certain amount of work.
I hear 8 and 33. 8 and 33. 8 and 33. We got our fitter in the green shirt.
In the green shirt, indeed. He is delighted that he is going to get paid today, but that guy, less pleased. Now, although this might look like something which is just kind of put for the entertainment in the game to create an environment, these low bidding auctions have actually happened. People bidding to be paid the least for completing certain actions. So once again, Bioshock Infinite treading that line between what real history in terms of race and growth in business and economy and all that kind of stuff, and what is purely just a shoot 'em up and a fictitious game of multiverses and kidnapped daughters, etc. Did I just walk with Elizabeth there? I wonder if there's any upgrades for the hand cannon, because I do like a bit of hand cannon. No, nothing yet.
Great.
Thank you, Lizzie. Right now, in my first playthrough, I don't know if you had this problem, but Elizabeth says as we came out of the lift, she says we can go straight to the weapon maker, or we can look in the clock shop. And I was always like, well, where the hell is the clock shop? I can't see any clocks. Now, apparently, after lots of searching, it's this one around here. I can't see anything on it that says clock shop, but it's the closest that I have come up with, and there are some clocks inside. We'll just let her open that while we do a wee bit of scrounging. Hello. I mean, these are clocks. How she knew it was a clock shop without even going in there, I'm not entirely sure, but there's a lot of things about her that we don't know.
Huh. So we need to find the code book?
Yes. Looks like everything's been impounded at the Good Time Club. Maybe that's where we'll find it.
Subtle clue, I like it. Or we could just open the clock right now. But or not, right. And here's our access to the hand cannon for the second time.
Over there.
Is there? Where? Oh, yes. Oh, I never noticed that little glow around things that she highlights. I thought she just kind of points towards it. I wonder, my powers of lack of observation shining through to the fore. Anyway, a little bit earlier on, we were trying to talk a little bit about the sword, the key, and the scroll, which are the symbols of Columbia, effectively. Now, in some of the early... A bit of feedback going on here.
The hyena is a trickster. They live to stir up trouble. So you beware the hyena. They will leave you
in some of the early commentaries coming from Comstock, this is Chen Lin's place. He talks about how those three gifts, the sword, the key, and the scroll, were supposed to have been given by the Angel Columbia to the founding fathers, and each of them has a specific meaning, which we will discuss. Because there have been quite a few theories and discussions going on about what the different interpretations or cross-references between the sword, the key, and the scroll might actually be. Now, we've got a Vox phone here, so let's have a little listen to Daisy.
I have a pressing need to speak to this so-called false shepherd, stirring up so much trouble. We got enough problems without this damn fool shooting up the city and blaming it all on the Vox. Though if he's amiable, yeah, he might be just the fellow we need for our immediate concerns.
Did she just call me a damn fool? I ain't no damn fool. Fool? You're the fool. Anyway, enough of my accents. So the interpretations of the sword, the key, and the scroll, as we look at this lovely fire, is that the sword is supposed to be a symbol of America's strength, kind of like the military side of it, the guns and the warfare and things like that. The key is supposed to be a symbol of industry, ingenuity, intelligence, invention, all that kind of stuff. And the scroll is supposed to be their beliefs, America's beliefs and values and things like that. And obviously all of these are seen in Colombia. I mean, it is effectively a war machine, hence its involvement in the Peking massacre. It clearly has a lot of industry and ingenuity going on with inventions left, right and centre. And of course we have lots of beliefs, especially the racial ones, which kind of kick off the game early on. But some people have suggested that it also represents three of the main figures in Gautama Buddha, thank you.
Spent 49 days under a Bodhi tree until he achieved enlightenment.
The man
tells me Comstock doesn't.
The man likes trees, you know.
Worship that ain't him.
Some people have suggested that the three main figures that we meet also are represented by these three things. So, for example, the sword could be used as a comparison with Slate, clearly a military man. The key, which is supposed to be industry, clearly has a kind of perhaps a reference to fate, to Fink, and as a symbol of beliefs, maybe you've got Daisy or perhaps Comstock himself. So I don't know. It's a theory more than a fact, of course. But like we said, perhaps we're inventing memories to fill in the gaps. But it's an interesting idea to think that these three beliefs are shown both in the makeup of Columbia, but also in the makeup of the plotline.
Someone worked this place over. Local constabulary, no doubt.
There's someone downstairs.
That's impossible. We just came from downstairs and we searched everything, and maybe there's someone there. These are some beautiful, beautiful machines, and these are the last time we'll see it. So let's head back down to our picture of the Buddha. Would you like to sit under a nice tree?
Excuse me. Now, I'm sorry to bother you. We're looking for Mr. Lin. Mr. Chen Lin.
Booker.
Mr. Lin, not here. He gone.
Gone?
They take flying squad. I pray, Gautama Buddha. Pray, give husband back. Give back to Melin.
Where did they take him?
Club. Everyone take to good time club.
Where is this club? Ma'am, please, where is this club?
Booker, we'll find it. Just leave her be.
Why not Fox fully help Chen Lin? Why not Daisy Fitzroy help Chen Lin?
Who are the Flame Squad?
Cops. The kind who probably got their boot on Lin's throat, asking him how well he knows Daisy Fitzroy.
Isn't she the one we're working for?
As a matter of fact, it is. Let's figure out where this good time club is.
Oh, I missed some devil's salt down there, but I don't need it. Oh, there's even a bit of heat wave going on there. Lovely little effect. Alright, at some point we're going to get attacked rather badly. But is it now? Now, those of you that have played through the game, and I hope you played through the game if you're watching this spoiler-heavy video, know that outside this door lies our first contact with the handyman. Now, we've just about hit the half-an-hour mark, so we shall leave that particular conflict for part 13. If you have enjoyed part 12, please give the video a like and do subscribe. And if you've got any comments at all, I do read them all, and I try to respond to as many as I can, and hope to talk about them in future videos as well. So get writing. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.